Everybody, this is Dream, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mini Madness. Mini Madness is developed by D6 Team and published by Dragus Games, and it's $9.99 on Xbox. This is a racing, arcade racing game. It's kind of a, kind of Hot Wheelsy type of deal going on here. Not exactly Hot Wheels, but it's kind of got that feeling to it. So just to kind of get into the gameplay a little bit here first, the driving aspect of the game is not super well put together. It's not bad though. I've played games a lot worse than this. One of the drags I think a little bit is that the game does have power-ups to make the car better, and some of the tracks have some areas like this little blue area you're seeing here require you to use certain power-ups in order to be able to maneuver around this area, and it's not obvious until you actually just do the race and find out that that's what you need. So like I had to start this race over and go put that power-up on my car in order to be able to do it. Also, the gravity in the game works kind of silly as well, and it's not always obvious like how strong and how hard you need to be going into turns or jumps or anything else like that to make certain that you don't get your car in a calamity. The AI is also very inconsistent. Some races the AI seems to just lag way behind. In other races it seems like the AI is just got at the track. I've actually had a few instances where the AI got stuck perpetually. So basically each of these gates you're seeing are like checkpoints, and so if you hit your right bumper you can go back to that checkpoint if you get stuck or mess up. And sometimes if you do stuff, if you hit bottles or things like that, the AI will get stuck and it'll just keep driving into that same spot and getting stuck again and again. But there's also power-ups on some of the levels, which I don't know why that they do it, where some levels have power-ups and some levels don't. But power-ups, have like some Mario part effects, like missiles and things like that you can use, and mines you can put on the ground and stuff in order to, slow down other vehicles. But overall, just learning the track and basically learning where you need to jump and where you need not to as you overjump that. It's really going to be the most important thing to figure out with each track to be successful. Obviously, getting some stabilizer upgrades and things like that are going to help as well. But yeah, it's just, basically trial and error on the tracks for each new track. Some of the tracks in the game are pretty cool, and some of them don't make a ton of sense how they were built. But you can definitely tell if there's like a Hot Wheels vibe going with some of the track pieces, like this particular blue and yellow track, which just reminds me of Hot Wheels quite a bit. And the cars, though, they're kind of generic, and they don't feel super like you're driving your car, like, obviously much of the racing games nowadays didn't feel like, you definitely kind of feel like you're spinning on the top a little bit with the way the car drives. So that's not obviously the best for a racing game, but it isn't the worst either. Like, overall, the game is fun, and it is sort of difficult, and it's fun to, go over these different types of terrains and things that, you're not going to get in your standard racing game. Because, like in this race, you're driving around, I think, the kitchen or something like that, and making a path in there. But, oh man, I messed up that there. But, yeah, it's an interesting little game. After this race is over here, I got one lap left. I'll get into the menu so you can see all the different game modes and things like that. But as far as the price point being $10, it's probably not a... I keep messing up. And that's kind of what happens. Sometimes you think you hit it perfectly and you just mess it up and mess it up. But still, it's, it seems like it's weird because I feel like I've hit this the same even the first couple of... Man, I don't know, I'm going to mess up this race real bad. I'm actually just going to quit out because I can't win now. And I'll show you the menu. So there's lots of different modes actually in the game. So you have championship mode, which is what I was playing. And you can actually reset the races at any time. And so you don't have to worry about like having to do the whole championship over. If you're not doing well in the race, you're just trying to learn the track, you can go do it that way directly. There's also quick race, which you can pretty much play any of the tracks you've unlocked so far. And then you have time trial, which obviously is pretty self-explanatory. And then there's challenge mode, where you can do these challenges for each levels. Um, I just noticed that they actually do say the power-ups, requirements, and things like that for the races. And so you definitely want to take a look at that when you're doing the races and figure out what you want to do next. I'll kind of show you how the garage works in this game. So basically, at the top here, you have like your vehicle, wheels, gadget, antenna, engine settings, paint settings, and shop. The only thing that really matters you have to buy in order to do certain things are the engine settings, which are in the shop under engine modules. Everything else is just cosmetic, like even the vehicle skins are cosmetic. But they're actually pretty expensive. You get money and gold as you progress through the game and pick up those coins and things. But I wouldn't recommend buying vehicles over buying the engine models until you have most of these bought and stuff like that. So overall, I do think the game's probably something to wait for on sale. But you know, as far as the racing game goes, it's pretty average. You know, it's a little bit different because you know, most games don't do this Hot Wheels style type of game, and the gravity in the game is a little bit weird, like I said before. But overall, it's a decent little game, and you wouldn't feel bad if you bought it for $10. Probably, as long if you're into racing games and want a decent one. As for the achievements, they're going to take some time. You have to collect all the stars, discover secrets, do lots of different things on different areas and different mini games and things of that nature. So it's going to definitely take some time to get all these achievements, but and it's probably going to be pretty difficult as well because it's not the easiest game in the world. But you know, like I said, if you like racing games, it's good enough and cheap enough that I think you'll be okay with it. But obviously, if you want to wait till it go on sale, then that would definitely be the best bet. And if you aren't that big into racing games, I probably wouldn't recommend it for you. If you like Hot Wheels games, then this is a nice, cheap alternative to the actual Hot Wheels game that's on Xbox. That, in my opinion, is not all that much better than this. So, that's pretty much all I have for this one. If you do pick it up, let us know in the comments what you think, and have a nice day, guys.